So today, this is the wig that we're going to be working with. So this is just, I've just taken this wig from the dump. It wasn't actually stored properly, but this, and I'll tell you something about it. The softness, my hands still can run through the wig, even though it wasn't properly stored. And for me, kindly check the neatness. The cap has a size, it's a size medium, and I think I was out of size, it's small at the time when I made this wig. And check the detailing of the sewing that happens on the inside of the wig, the neatness and how the closure is sewn in. So I'm just gonna go revamp this wig and make it look proper, and then I'm going to come back to you guys.
Nowhere to be found, but I keep looking for it. Out of my sight, but I keep looking for
it. Let's try and put this baddie on. It comes with a story time on how HC hair did me dirty when I bought this hair. And then I'll come with another story time with how I was almost, swindled or rather scammed off my mobile kitchen. Yeah, this wig is a medium. I think I was, like I said, I think I was out of small wig caps when I used this medium, and it is quite big. But it does fit properly. It's just not as tight as I want it to be. So like I said, I travel a lot. I don't have a flat a hot comb, but I mean, like, hot combs are a thing of yesterday. We've been laying wigs before hot combs were even invented. So we are going to try and see how we get this baddie laid. So when I bought this, I bought so I'm looking at the mirror, so don't mind if I'm not looking at the camera. So I bought this wig with the intention was to buy a full inch, like an ear to ear wig, frontal. So it came in bundles. Tell me, I think I have it somewhere on my hard drive, whereby I think I took a video of this and I have it on hard drive. So let me know if you want a detailed, if you see on the if you did see, how I make my wigs, if you saw the inside and you'd like me to show you how I make my wigs. But yeah, so I bought it via AliExpress. I must say, I bought a 13 by 4 meter 13 by 4 wig, but that's not what I got. Like I said, I bought it via AliExpress, and I bought it from HC Hair. And on the pamphlets, they just do tell you that, if you're not happy, contact them directly. I do contact them directly, and they tell me bullshit. I'm sorry if that's not the word. So they told me bull, that I need to pay for shipments of the closure back because they made a mistake. So they do acknowledge the mistake that they made. However, I must pay for it. And obviously that was something that was never going to happen. I tell them that the fault is on your side. It is not my fault that your guy sends me a closure instead of a frontal. And, we had a back and forth that was with no resolution or solution. So that's how I went and I reviewed them on back on AliExpress, and they were so mad that I reviewed them and gave them a 1, because how was I supposed to pay for my shipment when the mistake was on their side? I'm supposed to be cutting this, I think. So let me just go get a scissor. We're gonna be back. So I've got myself a scissor. So since, yes, the problem was, I don't know where I left off, but I remember saying that since the problem was their side, it was their fault that, they sent me a closure instead of the frontal. Why did I have to incur the costs of shipping this closure back? I left the negative review on AliExpress and they were not happy with that. They then came with that excuse that they were going to reimburse me my shipping fees, wara wara. And now the problem is I've left a negative review on them, and I was like, do what's right. Send me my closure. Send me my frontal. And if you think that I'm not going to send your closure, arrange for the frontal to be picked up. But there is absolutely no ways on earth that I am going to ship with my own money. And they decided to block me, these people. They blocked me on AliExpress. They blocked me on WhatsApp. So even if I wanted to shop with HC Hair again, I can't. So I don't know whether they will have my details on their website. But I mean, like, how do we communicate? Because they blocked me for the very fact that, they gave me a closure instead of a frontal. Guys, I don't know where my comb is. How is this looking? I think it looks better.
In the pamphlet that comes with the order, they specifically ask you that should there be a problem, contact them instead of going to AliExpress. So that's what I did. I showed them what I ordered versus what I got. They responded to me 6 days later, saying that they're willing to reimburse me for the price difference between the frontal the closure that I got and the money of the frontal that I paid. I make it adamant. I'm very adamant in saying that I ordered a frontal for a reason. So could they ship me my frontal? And they say that, well, I need to bring back the closure. I am not disputing that. Yes, I'm willing to bring back the closure. However, you may fetch the closure and send me my frontal. And at some points, I realized that they've blocked me from shopping at their store. And because I also realized that, well, I need the frontal. So I might as well just order. I realized they've also blocked me from WhatsApp.
Talk about the madam here. I'm not gonna lie, madam is soft. Madam is quality. So if I would suggest, so this HC review actually was inspired by Usne Gugulethu. If you don't know her, I don't know where you've been on the YouTube streets, because that is the girl. That is the girl that gives you premium content, and that's on a P. I think that's what she says. But yeah, that is the goal. Just go, if you haven't subscribed to her channel, please kindly do subscribe to her channel. I absolutely love her content. It's cine, like just how my channel is cine, and then instead of hope on my side, it's Nekukuletu. Go to the girl's channel and you will see how she lives. I think it's the lifestyle channel. She has beautiful content. I absolutely enjoy her content. So she also did I think it was her wig was that she got from HC Hair was actually a frontal, and I think it was highlighted frontal. So I'm gonna try and have this while I try and put on my makeup. So I think that we're done about how HC has blocked me. HC Hair, HC Beauty and Hair, whatever they call themselves, has blocked me because I needed to pay for my shipment fees, shipping of the closure back in order to get my frontal that I ordered originally. And because I refused, I said since it's their problem, they must arrange for the shipments to be on their, incurred by the cost to be incurred, the shipping cost to be incurred by them. They decided that they're not going to give me my frontal, and then they're going to block me on all platforms. So I don't know what I would say. I think it will, I'm like, but they do give quality hair. But that quality hair, should they make a mistake, you know what, they're not willing to take responsibility. So I am, when it comes to, recommending them. So before I get onto the makeup, like guys, like also, let me show you this. I did show, the beginning, because I told you that the wig was not kept properly. It wasn't safe, it was just thrown. I think after from washing it, I just threw it, and it was with the ironing for months and months and months. I think I last wore this wig in April last year, and this is for 10 months. And this is all the shading that I got from that hair. This is, so it shades very minimal. I think, this is less than 1%, I could say. So I now will go to do my makeup while doing a storyteller. Like I said, guys, I'm not good with makeup. You have seen on my previous videos that my makeup is not always on par. So I've already went in with the moisturizer. I've went in with, sunscreen. So now I am going to go in with the hydrate primer from Resolution is a thing. Yeah, Revolution, I mean. And this is to prime my face before I use a foundation on my face. I think this is one of the places that gets dry the most. So, story time. The story time is, so the story time is, so this, I don't know what's happening. This is my color maple from the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's been working for me for years, but now it seems just a little bit tad light for me. So I'm going to mix it with a bit of foundation from LA Girl in the color Chestnut, just a little bit, just to get this thing dark, a little bit darker. So I was almost skimmed off my mobile kitchen by a Zimbabwean guy. So this comes highly requested from Owami's channel. Yes, it is 2 or 3 requests, but for my channel that is a lot, because this is the first story time that was requested. And people thought, this could serve as a warning to them. So first of all, let me tell you how I was dating. At this time I was also dating a very dodgy guy. So as I said, guys, I need to look at the mirror while I'm doing this, so excuse me not looking at the camera. So I was dating this guy. I'm gonna do a story time on him after this. And that's the story time that will come before this video. I'm going to upload it on before I upload this video, is how, so that you can link how I why and how I suspect that these guys were sent by him. So so I have a mobile kitchen, and I had a mobile kitchen while I was living in Johannesburg in Kempton Park. Now that I don't live there anymore, I can be specific. So one day, this guy is with me. I get a call from somebody. He calls me by my name. Strange enough, he calls me by my name and requests to hire my kitchen. So I tell him the terms and conditions. He says he's going to send me money. And I say that, okay, fine. However, you're not going to go get the kitchen unless... So this is urgent, actually. This is an urgent hire. He needed it ASAP. So I tell him that, no, you're not going to get the kitchen until the money has reflected on my side. He says it's a Sunday. I remember that time. Yes, it was a Sunday. He says it is a Sunday, therefore, um, therefore he can't, it won't reflect same time. So I'm like, do an immediate payment, what day of the week has nothing to do with, my money, with the money reflecting same time. If, you are legit and want to do this hiring thing legit, if you're legit about hiring my kitchen. I think, I don't remember, man. See, this was long ago, and currently my state of mind isn't good as well. But again, so guy sends me. Long story short, the guy ended up not even coming. He called a couple of times. Asking if I've received the money, and I'm saying, no, I haven't. He said he sent his people to send me the money. The money should be my bank right now, and I'm like, it's not reflecting on my bank, so you can't come. I'm not going to give you my address until my money is on my account. So the guy goes flat, and then I'm in silence, and then it comes to me, this guy called me, the high he needs the kitchen emergent, I mean, like, immediately, it's urgent. And he called me by my name. Who is this guy? And how did he know my name? So already there was a red flag there. And I was with my boyfriend. So this guy would come, this boyfriend of mine, dodgy boyfriend, would come during the weekends on most times and would spend the weekend together. And at that time, I was a person who'd say, I don't date at my place. I don't know why I was so easy with this guy, becoming like this guy, but that story time will come. I mean, like, you would, by the time you listen to this story time, you would have understood why I did the things different with this guy. I think the following week or 2 weeks later, or during the week, I don't remember. No, it was going to be the following week. Again, I get a call. This time, they're smart enough not to call me by name when they call. Instead, again, they're going to come for a kitchen the following day. They're going to come with cash. Do I mind taking cash? And I tell them no. And they come in the evening. And guys, I don't know whether these people work with the police or what, because just after they came, there was a police van just opposite my place of residence. And that police van, there was something dodgy about these guys. I don't know why. I just did not trust him at all. I remember they gave me an ID. Okay, so they had the ID copy certified. But I just didn't. My instincts were telling me, this is, this is a scam. And at least I listened to those instincts than what I usually do, which I don't usually listen to my instincts. So I listened to my instincts that, I looked at the guy on the ID, and his ID. So the copy of the ID verified with the ID, and it wasn't, it was not green carded ID, but still, it was not. I mean, like, you couldn't see that it was a fraudulent account. I mean, like, you wouldn't see that it was a fraudulent ID. But for some reason, that guy looked like he was mid 30s at the time. And the ID was for somebody in his 20s. And I'm like, maybe those guys, they just, boys, men grow too fast. Maybe, he's just outgrown his age. But he's also Zimbabwean, was another red flag. And you have a South African ID tells me that no, it does happen. His parents, are special work. I don't remember what his explanation was, But he said that it is common for Zimbabweans to have South African IDs with an ID number, a South African ID number, once your parents have been here for long and working for a certain with certain skills, if you bring real skills to the country. So I didn't know much about that. I believe him. And I remember going, because I said like my instincts were telling me, what is something is off, koninte off, koninte off lana. I decided to go to, to the police that was opposite my place. I don't know why he was chilling there. The weather was chilling to see what's gonna get. His friends are winning, and I'm like, something's not working here. And he says like, just go down to the police, and they will probably help you go down to the police station. And I'm like, I don't have time to waste. But again, I mean, like, the copy, checks out with the ID copy checks out with the ID. So why am I complaining? Why am I crying about, what am I crying over? And I'm just waiting my sponge here. I'll clean this after here. So I'm waiting my beauty blenders, the small one. So what will I say when I get to the police station? So I avoid going to the police station. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. Now the problem is they don't get the kitchen because the money is not, they don't have my full amount. So I had given them, the amount to hire, and then a deposit fee should something happen to the kitchen, or but yeah, on their side decided that they forgot about the kitchen. I mean, like the deposits, I don't remember what they said, but then they told me a whole lot of jack. They told me a whole lot of bull. Somewhere they were also calling a woman to say, to verify, and they were asking this now boyfriend of mine, to talk, and she was like, no, it's the madam's business, so only she can take that route. I mean, like, she can make a decision on this. And Nake, Miss Ever Single, Miss Having a Boyfriend overwhelms me. Found that so cute. Kanti, maybe this guy just, was happy that I was demanding more money from him, from the guys, from the Zimbabwean guys, that he could later steal, or he would have access to, because I'm a guy with my money, he felt what's gonna get my money is our money. So they end up not wanting to give me my money, or wanting to transfer it later, what they, with the kitchen, that, after they've gone with the kitchen, and I refuse that. Fine. With me refusing, there's no deal, they take their money, it is okay. And now I'm thinking, you know what? Also, Zimbabweans are also prominent for these fake money scams. I wonder if that money was even real. But yeah, that's not where we are. Where we are is that these guys left, and I decide, something is telling me, man, Zimbabweans, South African ID number. And actually that time I did not know, yes, that you can after a certain time get, an ID number. I mean, like a South African ID, or for some reason having a South African ID as a foreigner in South Africa, no matter the country you're coming from, for different reasons. But the ID number will never be, what our ID numbers look like. So I then called. They had given me an MTN proof of residence, which was a stick, what you call this, an invoice. No, not an invoice, man. See, my English runs out when I'm doing these videos. So they had given me let's call it, for the sake of the video, for the sake of the podcast, my G will say, for the sake of this video, let's continue calling it an invoice. So they had given me an MTN invoice, and my friend works for MTN. So when they had left, and my blood was telling me, "What can I get la?" I think you just escaped being scammed your mobile kitchen. I check with my friend. She says she'll check in the morning. Not the following morning, my friend calls me and tells me what's gonna get. Oh, also on Google, I checked this the address that they had given me. It seems like there's nothing there. It's a deserted area, but I'm thinking maybe they have developed it and Google hasn't updated. I don't know. I'm trying by all means, to feel what's gonna get to convince myself that this was not a scam. The following morning, my friend calls me, tells me the receipt, the invoice that they had used was not even theirs. It belonged to a white woman. So these were black men, obviously. It belonged. The ID was you. I mean, like the thingy that they had used belonged to a white woman, an elderly white woman, and no longer has an account with MTN. So it doesn't even work anymore. So even that invoice it's not even valid for even the owner cannot use it had they not even changed it. And if I tell you that the font of the invoice checked out, when I said my friend, he was like, she told me, what can I get? Yeah, this is exactly this looks legit. It looked 100% legit. So I don't know whether they also work with people from MTN, or there is somebody on the inside, who does a good job of duplicating these things. Actually, I think no, they definitely don't work with somebody from MTN. I think, considering the fact that even the ID looked very legit. And I think that's just how that is the story of how, and it's finished now, of how I almost lost, I was almost scammed my kitchen by Zimbabwean guys, by men from Zimbabwe, and they did not win because God was on my side. And fast forward, there were stories at the time, really, when I shared my stories, there were stories at the time, that were saying what's gonna get mobile units, because I have a fridge that was at home, a mobile fridge that my mom says that it was also almost stolen one day when they went to go pick it up from where it was hired. At least they came just minutes after the people had taken it, and they were like, no, but you guys have already picked up, and they showed the direction of where the kitchen went, and that's how I got my kitchen. So it was almost stolen, but I don't have the nationality of who stole that, who almost stole my mobile fridge. So what I had to do now, what I did is I also have a friend that works for Home Affairs head office. So I called him to just run a check on this ID number that wasn't, checking out in my head first to see what's gonna get. Am I just being delusional or what? And it turns out that when I call him, he's the one telling me that, you know what, no, I'm the one who's mistaken. It is that ID number. I mean, like the year of issue of that ID is I think it was 2013. And he says, no, that guy took his passport in 2013. So, which means that even this ID is not even registered. Uh, it's just a duplicate. And he gave me his numbers, and thank God was gonna get that guy does not change his numbers. He gave me those numbers. He told me what I should advise the guy to do. Inform him that his ID has been duplicated and been used. He needs to go to the police station and write an affidavit or tell the police that what he's never been to Job. And that's what. Oh no, he just found out that his ID has been duplicated. Just so that should other serious crimes come in his name, at least he has reported to the police that he is innocent. And when I called the guy, he was pretty slow for my liking, because he was on some, but they didn't do anything to me. And I'm like, but do you know how many accounts, clothing accounts, that you aren't aware of that have been opened in your name? And yet you're telling me that not just clothing accounts, I mean, like, you're probably in debt as we speak, and you're telling me since they didn't do anything, you're not going to report this as a crime, or you're not just going to go to the police station as this home affairs official has advised you to. I don't, yeah. So I also posted on Facebook that, what, guys, be aware. And that's when somebody contacted me and told me that, what, how did I find out? Because him on his side as well has had a similar issue whereby they almost stole his mobile fridge or freezer. I don't remember. And so, yeah, that is basically it. This is how I was almost scammed by Zimbabweans harm my kitchen. I think I've already said that already. Please do subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the growing channels, and happy boom, 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 boom. More than 100 rands. You guys, I almost said 100 rands, but happy more than 100 subscribers, more than 100 subscribers. And regarding the guy that was almost stolen, he reached out to me again once more to say, can I please kindly edit his ID number out, to avoid him being further scammed. I did that, and he finally got himself a new smart card and declared all his previous. I think that he was advised by the people in Home Affairs in Mpumalanga, because that's where he stayed, and he had said that he's never been to Joburg, so his ID being in use in Joburg was also another thing, whereby he has never been in Joburg. But that is the story time. And about this hair, look at this hair, look at this hair, look at the curls, look at my fingers running down the curls. So I love the hair. I am upset that HC did not want to rectify their mistake. I'm still upset because I wanted to do something with this hair, but obviously I couldn't. I can't do any, I do not want to do it in any other way. I wanted to do it with the frontal and lay it as a frontal. So I remained with this blonde hair, still beautiful, still I love the quality. Quality hair is, you if you know about Crown by Hope, you know that we only do quality. And so also when buying hair from other outside my vendor, I just appreciate quality hair. And thank you for once again for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like this, and please do share, comment down below if you've been scammed and what was you scammed. Thank you. Bye.